Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well, and today, my friends, we're back with a live showdown between the Wood Elves and the Norscan. So the dreaded barbarian horde is advancing into our woodlands, and, we gotta try and stop them. So, as far as the build goes, it is gonna be Dryad-centric in the front line. I believe they do beat Marauders, but will lose to Berserkers and obviously Champions and things like that, but their magic damage is quite useful in this matchup. A lot of the Norscan troops, like Condom Wolves, for example, as well as, Berserkers do have physical resist, so getting that magic damage there I think is pretty cool. We have a Glade Guard battle line just to try and break down some of the bigger monsters. Actually, I think we might go a little bit deeper set in our formation, just so when our front line inevitably crumbles, we have a little bit more room to work with. We do have a minor Air Force. I wanted to get one Hawk Rider just to rear charge and chase things off in tandem with the Sisters of Twilight to snipe the Lords. And the rest of the core of the army, is just going to be like cavalry and things like that. So we do have the two ROR cavalry, both of which are incredibly good against Norsca. Wild Hunters of Kurnus just wreck the Skin Wolves, and the Lost Sylvan Knights are just exceptionally difficult to deal with. And aside from that, we have a couple cavalry back here, which are just there to deal with like hounds, trying to get into our back line and shut us down. So we'll set up like so. I think this is actually a little bit of a better spot. So let's do this and this. We can hide our elite cavalry kind of in the trees here. And we're going to go and like open up and harass here. So good luck, have fun. Ready? I'm facing the mighty Central Scrutinizer. He has represented Norsca in our faction wars and is representing them here today. So I'm sure I will feel the wrath of Norsca upon my my Wood Elves here. So let's advance up a little bit and just kind of prepare ourselves for the inevitable storm that is coming. The tide of chaos. Looks like they are on the other side. Okay, so we got some wolves here. Let's take out fire at will so our ammunition isn't wasted. The lore choice is going to be Horserick the Wanderer, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like we do have some horsemen, which is cool. I could try and pick off Skin Wolves as well. Let's go ahead and like square up like this. We can tell them to walk to save the vigor, which is something... Why are they shooting? Come on. Come on now. We're just going to go after the caster. She's really, really good at sniping caster characters. Like, so if we could just like punish this Bale Fiend a little bit, we're going to be sitting pretty happy here. All right, so the Bale Fiend is going to be taking the first shots. Does take a nice little volley right there in the face. It looks like now there are some advancing horsemen, so I'll probably just rip one more shot. And then from there, we can kind of decide what we want to do. All right, rip the shot. Rip it. Take it. All right, cool. So now we can pull back and start juking. We're going to have to juke, though, pretty hard. And the rest of our army should be in position to get some support here in a second. That is a proper Norscan horde if I have ever seen one. So the Bale Fiend's a little bit damaged. We'll kind of fly on the side here. Just continue juking where we can. You can start shooting there. And our archers should be in range to support here in just a hot second. So if we just pull back a little bit more, we will then have our support. So let's pull up our elite cavalry. We can't afford to hide them the entire time. And you can go ahead in position. It looks like the Bale Fiend is being pulled back, and our archers should be in range to start ripping some shots here in a second. We'll just kind of like tease a little bit. That's the general idea. All right, so shooting, probably friendly firing my ladies here, which is pretty classic. Some houndos on the wings are getting there and ready to go. And the caster, unfortunately, he's actually coming into the danger zone. So we can just kind of start shooting and basically just move you guys up, let you guys scoot up a little bit and see what we can do. So I could take some cavalry around the wings, maybe out there to try and secure that position would be good. The Firecaster is going to be a pain in the butt. The Burning Head, obviously, is going to be really nasty. So he's going to want to attack while the Burning Head is still, in play, basically. So get you here. The archers can start shooting. We do not want to be shooting at Berserkers. We'd rather shoot at his skirmishers. Well, those aren't even Berserkers. Those are just like basic troops, right? So we want to shoot at the horsemen if we can. Oh, Sister is getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Poor micro on my part. Did not expect that much burst damage. So we'll just kind of pull back and get some healing going. And you guys can go intercept those Norscan hounds on the flank. And the Firecaster is hiding in the back. So let's go send some dudes here to see what we can accomplish. Pulling back, pull back here. And it looks like the cavalry should be able to intercept those guys, actually. So we're going to punish that initial engagement pretty well, I think. Move you up, move you back, and looks okay. So now, just get back on that. Send the Hawk Riders up and around, and we can go ahead and charge here. Lost Sylvan Knights can be used to just hammer right up the front, I think, because we can use our other cavalry just to kind of chill out a little bit. And our archers, what can we start shooting? Yeah, honestly, just shooting at the wolves here is fine. Let's drop an Earthblood. Should be able to hit a couple units there. It looks okay. Not quite as good as I would have liked, but it still does the trick. And you guys can shoot here. We're occupying all of his horsemen, which is good. And cavalry, intercept. Those are the Beasts of Tashnar, which are going to be ferocious, so we'll have to come over and perhaps help. We do have the Firecaster looking a little bit worse for wear. He can pull you back. And the Wild Riders now, we probably need to have them come across. Cavalry can collapse here. Actually, you guys can go there. You guys go here, like this, and hopefully that'll do the trick. So how are we doing? We are getting his caster a little bit lower. The backfield should be getting secured here in a second, and Earthblood will be back online. So let's pull the archers back, It's going to devolve into more of like a mobile game. And yeah, the Hawk Riders have actually done a relatively decent job distracting him. And it looks like his caster is going to be paying the iron price. All right, so do we jump over there and help deal with those Skin Wolves? Let's go ahead and shoot here. shoot here with the Skin Wolves, and we do have an Earthblood to cast right now, which is going to be pretty nice over in that position. Unfortunately, our elite cavalry did get owned a little bit, so you know what can you do? You can't win them all. So did his caster die yet? Not quite. A little bit unfortunate there. Looks like the Glade Guard able to finish off those Wolfos. So now we can switch on to the Chariots, I guess, are a potential threat. We need to finish off those Norscan Hounds, man. They are really, really a thing. They're doing a very good job, you know, getting their business back together. All right, going into the Condom Wolves here, and let's go ahead and get the fire arrows to shoot. Pull you back, and did we get his caster? His caster is officially broken. All right, that's great. Let's reroute our forces, start shooting into the Wolves here as well. Those Sylvan Knights might be a problem. Without him having a lot of, like, magic damage, he might really not have a good time with them. All right, so let's bounce back, finish off the Chariots if we can. Unfortunately, they are just going to do damage because Chariots are pretty good against my static archer positions here. And now we can just start sitting on Wolfric, basically. I think that's going to be one of the more cost-effective little trades there. Hawk Riders can fly back over. Let's kind of route you guys back in here and have, yeah, those Wolves are getting some nice pursuit. That is for sure. All right, so do we want to stay on Wolfric? We could. Let's get those Glade Riders back. Continue shooting. Dryads pile in and fight once again. More Dryads pile in. And archers and archers. Let's see what we can shoot here. Looks like we have one unit here and one unit here. So we can just start working on those horsemen. Another Earthblood here is going to do the trick. I think we're pulling ahead. I think our like late game magic is going to be very, very strong. Just keep ripping shots. Dude, those Sylvan Knights are just world beaters, man. They're just so incredibly solid. Oh, looks like more Condom Wolves have returned, so we need to go deal with them. We can't let them be running rampant in our back lines. And the skirmish game, the Hawk Riders have been a good distraction Carnifex this game for sure. Oh man, we're gonna get hammered here. Those dogs are gonna get in. I could go with the sisters, but I think it's not worth it. Yeah, the Condom Wolves should be dealt with other things. It sucks to lose these archers. At least we'll be able to salvage this one. The Dryads might be able to get them, and yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, so skirmishers coming back. Sylvan Knights crump the Wolves. Let's see if they can salvage this situation. Let's get you in there and just continue shooting at Wolfric. Where did Wolfric go? Is he still alive? He is. Okay, cool. We can shoot at Wolfric here. That's totally fine. All right, so we get the big collapse on the Skin Wolves. The archers are back in business. They can start shooting down here now, and you guys can just pull you back, play it a little bit safer. And those damn wolves, though, man, they're causing a lot of problems, a lot of grief. Looks like these Skin Wolves are shattered, so we don't need to worry about them coming back. And yeah, we're pretty far ahead now. I don't think he can kill Sylvan Knights. I think that's going to be too much. All right, looks good, looks good. Shoot down there. And yeah, man, that was a real scrappy game, real scrappy game. But that's going to be it. GG, well played. Yeah, that was a good one. He says, "Oh, the terror." Yeah, it was pretty scrappy. We'll even call it that. Yeah, although I'm live casting this, I don't need to save the replay. GG, well played. Yeah, well played to the Central Scrutinizer. Yeah, the mighty Norscan champion from our faction wars. I do like that. The Wild Hunters of Cernus still got 1,000 value, even against like insurmountable odds. The Sylvan Knights 2,600, really good because we killed his magic damage. That's kind of the whole idea of this build, is like Sister Snipe the threat. And then Norsca doesn't have, like, they can bring Famirs. Famir great weapons can actually deal with these pretty well. Like, a single one will really threaten you, but archers did fine. Hawk Riders were just a distraction the entire game. Dryads, you know, Dryads did okay. I mean, considering Norsca's overwhelming melee force, but yeah, I like this build. I think it's pretty good. I think you could potentially cut this down, get a basic Wild Rider, and then get, like, an extra unit, like an Eternal Guard or something in the backfield to protect a little bit better, but in all honesty, like, it's hard to keep up with all the chariots and things like that with an Eternal Guard unit, so... Well played to the Scrutinizer. That is it for now. We'll see you guys on the other side. And yeah, there was someone in chat who was asking, or in the comments of most recent videos, asking to see Wood Elf. So here, this one's for you, buddy. Hopefully you enjoy this. And yes, we'll see you next time.